Okay, here we go.
Or like a lesbian in that moment, because that invalidates people who have always liked women or something like that.
Uh-oh.
I was like, I'm sorry, hello? Did you not fucking hear me when I just said I'm a lesbian? When I said I'm a big bad fucking lesbian? Did you not just fucking hear me? Did you decide to stop listening in that moment? Shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up. And here's why I'm pissed. Here's why I'm fucking pissed. You are the reason that people in our community don't feel safe coming out.
Okay, quick context. Renee was responding to a comment claiming that it was unfair she came out as lesbian after previously identifying as bisexual. So it was somebody who was gatekeeping Renee Rapp's sexuality, like with the assumption that they know anything about her and her life, and the fact that she previously identified as bisexual and then came out and said, actually, I'm not bisexual. I'm just gay. I'm gay. I love women. I'm a big old lesbian, and that's it. There's a pipeline for some of us lesbians that go through bi before lesbian. Yep, and she's about to get into it.
And changing and evolving. That is the reason why. That is the fucking reason why. One of them, okay? We got a lot of other people who are fucking us up. But I'm saying, in our community, if you don't allow people to change and to evolve and grow into themselves, like, I'm so sorry. I grew up in the South where, let me stop myself, because I will start crying. I grew up in the South where you don't do that. You don't do that. I felt like for so long I had to be bisexual because I had to assume closeness to a sexuality that could lead me to being with a man, which is a very, very valid sexuality. I love bisexuals, bro. I love y'all down. I have a bunch in my life, okay? You guys are cute and you have great taste. Not in men, but in other things, okay? But that is something that I struggled with for such a fucking long time. So for you to get in your fucking comments
Preach.
And in my fucking comments
Speak
and
on
say
it.
that it's not fair that I decided to start identifying as a lesbian because you didn't like the fucking way I went about it, fuck you. Fuck you.
Yeah.
I'm glad that you felt comfortable in your sexuality your entire life. I'm glad that you felt like that. Truly, I'm so glad. I wish that I had that when I was growing up, but I didn't.
Wait, is there more? Is there more to this? If there's more, can someone link it to me? Sexuality is a spectrum. People want to put everything in a box, and now we have people dying over the social boxes that we've created. Like, it's insane that this is coming from somebody who, I guess, ostensibly is a member of the LGBTQ community, is bisexual, and is mad that she has since coming out as bisexual said, actually, I am a lesbian. That is it. And then in this TikTok live talked about growing up in the South, where it's also not just growing up in the South. Of course, it was certainly, I can't imagine that being an easy place to grow up gay. But in general, too, the lack of lesbian representation, the way that lesbianness has actually been denied. That it's like, oh, not a real thing. And how could it be a real thing? Because as a woman, you must still have some sexual attraction to a man. So, okay, maybe you like women too, but it's just biologically impossible that you would not also have attraction to men. And you know, we talk all the time about bi erasure, which absolutely, but also lesbian erasure, also like lack of lesbian representation. When we talk about gay representation and the progress that has been made, often it's gay representation with like white gays, okay? The representation of white male gays. And there has to be more nuance in that conversation, because we still have, a long way to go with all around progress for the LGBTQ community. But then within that, you know, where she's right in that when she was growing up, there was no way that she would have been accepted, that it was not normalized in any regard to be a lesbian, that there still had to be a part of her, and this was internalized and externalized, that was still sexually attracted to men. People don't like lesbians because we don't like men. It's really that simple. It's so much easier to figure out that you like women than it is to break out the socialization of liking men as a woman. Yes. Someone kill me. I have the Moana song stuck in my head. I do too. As I have been speaking, I have that fucking song stuck in my head. I love Renee Rapp, Theater Kids Rise Up. I fucking love Renee Rapp too. And the thing about the girlies like Renee and like Chapel is that they are out here trying to fight for lesbian representation. They're like, please don't just, I'm so glad you're an ally, but can we not do lesbian erasure? Like, I am not sexually attracted to men. I have never been. I never will be. You know, this is like what Renee has said. She's like, I know who I am now. I know my identity. And it took me some time to get here because of the conditions that I grew up in. Fuck, you guys are going to clip that. Renee being a staunch defender of Meg of Palestine and constantly speaking her mind has made me so happy. Like, sorry, you will never make me hate Renee Rapp. And in fact, I only become more. Does she have, what are like the Renee Rapp fans called? Rappers? I only become more of a rapper.
I saw a comment that was basically like,
how do you?
Oh, this isn't fair. Like, this isn't a fair way for her to
We're just gonna have to run it back because I don't know how to.
Publicly bisexual to publicly lesbian. Because what I said was, I was like, in that moment, I felt so much more like a lesbian than I did bisexual. And I've been.
They're called lesbians. Just Renee Rapp fans are just called lesbians.
Feeling like that for a while. And I had been like identifying that way in private and in like my community.
Oopsie, my
They're
bad.
like,
okay, we'll watch this.
And in my close circles. And this is going to say some.
Oh, actually, let's watch this first, because this is what I think spurred the comment that caused her to say what she said on the Instagram Live.
They were going to call you a little bisexual intern.
Mm-hmm.
And at that time, I was like very like publicly bisexual. I had been for a very long time. And like in private, I was like talking with my girlfriend and a lot of my friends for the last maybe like 8 months before that, of being like, I actually like don't really feel very like bi at the moment. I feel like very much like a lesbian, and like it feels so nice, and like that word feels amazing and feels very like euphoric for me. So I was like, do you think that we could just change it to like gay? Labeling yourself publicly is really empowering, and also I think can be kind of intimidating. Feels so good for me right now, and I don't want to go by something.
I just love that this is with Amy Poehler.
That doesn't feel correct, but I'm also gonna like give myself the willingness to be like, what if in 10 years I don't like that identity either, and I just wanna, I don't know, like what if in 10 years I'm completely different?
Yeah, that's the thing too. That's the thing too, is that how many times can we say sexuality is a spectrum, and there is no whatever I have decided upon, maybe you publicly declare it, maybe you don't, that then it means that you are never allowed to change, that you're forever stuck that way. Like when my best friend Teresa, okay, dated guys all throughout college, even after college, she one day runs into a girl who used to be in our sorority, and that was their love story. They fell in love. Neither of them had ever been with a woman before, but they just so strongly were connected to each other, yada, yada. And she was very scared to tell our friends, like our larger friend group, because we went to school in the Midwest. Not everyone's super base like I am. And of course, a lot of the questions that she was asked was, okay, well, have you always been gay? Like when you were in college hooking up with men, was that fake? Things that was still sorting through herself. She's like, I don't know. I mean, there's before Allie and there's after Allie, and kind of friends of ours who, because there is this, look, some people are very empowered by applying a label to their sexuality, but some people don't want to. Some people don't, you don't need to. And so they kept being like, so are you lesbian? Like, are you bisexual? Or what are you calling yourself? She's like, I don't know. I'm in love with my wife, and that's who I'm in love with. Like, I love my wife and I don't want to be with anyone else. And it's not something that I think I have to go explore because I found the person that I want to spend my life with. Like, I just am. I love my wife. That's it.